वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी 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 हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी 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 हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव एकमात्र स्वामी सखा हमारे एकमात्र स्वामी सखा हमारे एकमात्र स्वामी सखा हमारे एकमात्र स्वामी सखा हमारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे
इस बार इंडिया में हिंदुओं ने वोट नहीं दिया ना मोदी को, then they are doomed for the rest of the whole. They are doomed. Hindus will be doomed. This is the only chance they have it now. Only chance.
RSS आदमी है।
Vishnu, और रामायण। आज तो गीता का चैप्टर 5 से शुरू करोगे ना?
लास्ट श्लोक
41 तो खत्म हो गया। लास्ट 41 था, वो तो कर दिया था लास्ट में।
लास्ट श्लोक चैप्टर 4
But you didn't do it the last time you did 41 sloka. The 41st sloka was you did last week. Last week you did that.
कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ
42 also, eh? This one. I don't think so. I have it, but anyway, I'll see it.
रामायण
वासुदेव
असंगोहम असंगोहम is on the
हे नाथ नारायण
chapter 4. Huh? Huh? Chapter 4, last verse. Verse 42. No, असंग हम गीता का श्लोक नहीं है. तो रामायण.
नारायणा हरे नारायणा श्रीवासुदेवा मुरारे श्रीवासुदेवा मुरारे नारायणा हरे नारायणा श्रीवासुदेवा मुरारे
Verse 130. Duha 130. Ayodhya Kaam. Duha 130. Ayodhya Kaam. Chopai is Avagunataji. Avagunataji.
Srivasudeva Murari Srivasudeva Murari.
Very nice. You stop singing? You done? Oh.
कोई समझे कोई समझे कोई समझे भक्त सुजान राम कृपा करते राम कृपा करते कोई समझे कोई समझे भक्त सुजान कृपा करते
राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं श्री राम नाम Jai Ram, Jai Ram. it's not a bhajan, it's a prayer. You must try to get lost in the Lord. It's not easy, it's a little difficult, because we all have our little do's and don'ts, whys and wherefores, and it's difficult for us to get lost. Our mind goes away from us. Try to see whether you can curb your mind and see whether you can bring yourself into the devotion. This is the main aspect why you're here, why we are all here. Not you, me, all of us, why we are all here. To see whether we can pour our hearts out to the Lord in this state of devotion. Because when you do this, what it does, it makes the mind pure. Believe me. It gives you a purity of mind. It gives you a purity of thought. It allows you to think positively. It allows you to see the world, see all its problems, and you know what you say? I don't have to worry about these problems. I know there is someone who will look after it for me. But you have to be immersed in it. If you're not immersed in it, this is a period known as Shrad. Shrad comes from the word Shraddha. Shrad comes from Shraddha. Shraddha means faith. The faith I'm talking about to you is not blind faith, but when you have knowledge and then you get faith, that faith becomes stronger. So this Shraddha time or Shraddha, we must have that faith that there is someone for me. I am not alone. I may feel I'm alone. I may think I'm alone, but I am not alone. There is someone with me. That someone is the great Father. Call him by whatever name. Whatever name you want, you can call him. Just get lost in him. And when you get lost in him, and people do things to you, and you wonder why they're doing these things to me, why they're saying ill about me, why they're doing harmful things to me and to my children, and then you know who you'll be like? You'll be like Jesus Christ. And he says what? You say unto them what? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. But to get to that state of yogiism, if I may coin a word as such, yogism is to get involved in this type of satsang. In every religion there is satsang, you know that? Every religion. All the branches of Hinduism, I say that without reservation, Jainism, Sikhism, they're all branches of Hinduism. They all have bhajans in them. Beautiful Shabad in Sikhism, beautiful. You listen to them, you get lost in them. And so, and then in the other religions, there are hymns. I've grown up with hymns. I've grown up in a Christian school. Only the Christians were running schools in my country. So we grew up with all that. With our father, when ages passed, and so forth and so all that we grew up with. And it is these hymns, these bhajans, these kirtans are made so we can get lost in him. If we don't get lost in him, it is not the fault of the bhajan, but whose fault it is our fault. Don't blame anyone, just blame ourselves until we get to that stage. So I'm saying this because in the early morning when we do these bhajans, is the best time, is the best part of the morning prayer. Best part. Because it's nice, it's cool, not many noises around, not many hustling and bustling. The Mata Varanari environment is conducive for prayer, and we should all take advantage of it. It will be our fault if we don't take advantage of it. So we must try to grasp it and take advantage of it. Because in doing this, what happens, our desires, which is ruled by the three gunas in this world, the gunas are called Rajas, tamas and sattvic, they are the one which will prevent our mind from being agitated. When we are filled with tamasic, um, tamasic nature, then what happens? Our whole, we are guided by lust and greed and anger. Rajasic, when we are guided by more desires to get more material things. And sattvic, when we think only about satsang, singing of bhajan, be in communion with the Lord through either saints or sages. So, let us put our hearts together. People usually say, let's put our hands together. I say, let's put our hearts together. Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Sudhar Varanam Raghuvara Vimalaya Jodayak Bharacha Buddhi Natanu Janike Sumiro Pavana Kumar Balabodhi Vidya Devu Muni Haram Kalesha Vikar Mangala Bhavana Amangala Hari Mangala Bhavana Jai 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 Hare Navratri is coming up, which starts on Saturday, and the 5th, am I right? 5th of October, and we pray to the Divine Mother as a representative of the Godhead. So, many of us ask, we have so many different gods. I told this before, but just want to touch on it a little bit. We have Ganesha, we have Durga, we have Shiva, we have Rama, we have Krishna, we have so many. How come others have one, we have so many? Because okay. So we start together. This is a beautiful time of Navratri, and we pray to the Divine Mother as that aspect of Godhead, of that eternal. And many people ask us, how come we have this? We say that the Divine Mother we come to because she is always filled with what? Love. She is filled with compassion. She is filled with all the good virtues that we would like to imbibe from her. She protects her devotees. She will protect us. She is what? Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadhike Sharane Trambake Gauri Narayane Namostate. We pray and ask that the Divine Mother to take us in her sharan, take us in her feet. Because what we want in life, there are two things. Well, one thing really, but there are two aspects of it. It's called contentment. That contentment can be of two types. The physical aspect of contentment and the other aspect of contentment is the fullness of the heart. Fullness of the heart means that, for example, you have a puja at home. You cook for so many people. You cook all sorts of dishes. You feed everyone. But you know what? You don't feel hungry. Have you ever seen that? Have you experienced that before? When everyone is happy, everyone is completely filled, they've enjoyed your hospitality, you what? Your time to eat, there's no appetite. Your mind is full. Your heart is full. That's the type of contentment that we have. The second contentment is the physical contentment, which we all of us enjoy. Be hungry, we eat. We want to go somewhere, we go that place. All sorts of those physical desires that you have, they have only temporary contentment. As soon as that contentment is finished, in 10 minutes, you are ready for another desire like that again, physical desire. So when you come to the Divine Mother and you say to her, Mother, I surrender everything to your feet because I want you to give me that contentment in life where my heart is full. You understand what I'm saying? When my heart is full, I don't need anything. And when my heart is full, my contentment is so great that even the vicissitudes of life, difficulties in life, come to me from time to time. Because my heart is so filled with the contentment that you have given me, I don't have to worry about whatever little problems come. I know you will look after them, as I said earlier. So two types of contentment we have in this world. The contentment which is at the physical level, and the contentment which is the heart is full. That's the type of contentment we must strive to have. And when we strive to have that type of contentment, you will see that doesn't matter how you are affected in this world, your heart is filled, because you're filled with what? You're filled with spiritual contentment. It's called spiritual hunger when the heart is filled. And what do you say? Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Please say to me. Asangoham, 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 punah punah. Satchidananda rupoham, Satchidananda rupoham, ahameva hamavyaya, ahameva hamavyaya. You said to the Lord, to the Divine Mother, unattached I am, unattached I am, unattached I am to the physical contentment. Physical contentment you must have in life. We can't go on in life without physical contentment. We have to have physical contentment. You're hungry, you're thirsty, you want this, you want that. Of course. But together with this physical contentment, you must have that abhilasha, that desire in your mind that also I must have spiritual contentment. I must have the contentment which only when the mind is subdued. You see, I've told you this before, that when the gopis dance, Krishna is all consciousness, right? All consciousness. He's in the middle. The gopis dance around him. 1 gopi, 2 gopi, 3 gopi, 4 gopi, 5. But in between the gopis there are spaces. The gopis represent thoughts. I'm telling you again. I know I told you that before, but I want to remind you again. The gopi represent the thoughts that come and what agitate our minds. Thoughts must be there. I know that. We can't live in this world without thoughts. We have to have thoughts. Otherwise, how can you exist? You can't. But when you sit down to meditate upon Him, to get that anandam, you know what is that anandam? That anandam or that bliss is that, you know, I want a new car. I got a new car. When I got this new car, I'm happy. Who is happy? You know who is happy? The mind is happy. Not the car is happy, or not your arms, or your legs, or your eyes. Your inside is happy. You, that the happiness comes from within you. So you can get that happiness if when you see, in between thoughts, you have to see that Krishna, you have to look in between the spaces. Look in between the spaces, and then you can see that Krishna. Otherwise you cannot see Him. So when the thoughts come, try to, what is meditation? Meditation is to get rid of thoughts. For example, these computer guys are agitating us at the moment, walking up and down the temple, disturbing people. Isn't that right? So this is the worst thing to happen in the morning when they come. When they come, they're all busy doing these things. They should leave these things alone and don't disturb people. No, forget it. Forget it. You always come and disturb when things are going on. You guys. So when thoughts come and thoughts come and thoughts come, we have to get rid of the thoughts so we can only have what? Spaces in between so we can see the Lord. When those, you must try, this is what meditation is. Meditation is to make the mind sublime. Meditation is to make you contented when you are filled, when your heart is full. The heart must be full. And that fullness comes when you can go in front of the Divine Mother. And you will say, Om, Aim, Reem, Kleem, Chamundayai, Vichye, Om Aim Hrim Klim Chamundayai Vichye. You do that japam. Japam means you repetition. You repeat that name, especially during the period of Navratri. Repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until you find, you know what you feel? At first, your mind will not be there. Your mind will be all over until that contentment comes, that joy comes. That joy which is a bliss, that bliss comes and then you feel one with the Divine Mother. When you feel one with the Divine Mother, a different joy comes upon you. A different feeling comes upon you. And that is the feeling of contentment I'm talking about, where the heart is full. I agree. It will come and it will go. It will come and it will go. But when we persist, it will stay for a little longer time. It will stay for a longer time. It will stay for a longer time. And if God is good to you, one day it will stay with you, what? All the time. So, do not get discouraged when you do Om, Aim, Hrim, Klim, Chamundaya, Vichye. Do not get despondent if your thoughts are not with the Divine at that time. You know in your heart that one day, it will stay with me. And then you know what? Unconsciously, believe me, unconsciously you'll be saying it without you even knowing you're saying it. You'll be in different places and you'll go, oh my name's Lim, and oh Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai, whatever the case may be. Unconsciously. And when you say it unconsciously, then you must realize, I am getting there, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. It's not easy to get there. So contentment are of two types. The physical contentment that I've spoken about, which goes away, and then this contentment, which is when your heart is full. Let us go to the Divine Mother and pray to her. How come you heard it before? You heard it on these stage before? Huh?
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः गौरविशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम।
जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ।
मुझे बचाते पीड़ाओं से मरद हंस रोते, तेरे मंदिर आते जाते पहुँचते ना मेरे।
जय माँ, जय माँ,
मुझे बचाते पीड़ाओं से मरद हंस रोते, तेरे मंदिर आते जाते पहुँचते ना मेरे। तूने माता बना बनाए मेरे दिल ने काम जगदम्बे।
जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ।
तेरी महिमा मैं गाऊं सारी दुनिया जाने, उसको विपदा कभी न गिरे जो कोई तुझको माने।
जय माँ,
जय माँ, जय माँ। तेरी महिमा मैं गाऊं सारे दुनिया जाने, उसको विपदा कभी न गिरे जो कोई तुझको माने। तेरे दो चरणों में देखे मैंने चारों धाम जगदम्बे।
जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ।
माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया, मोह जगत के दूर हुए कोई न मन में आया।
जय माँ, जय माँ,
जय माँ। माता तेरे सुमिरन में ये कैसा अमृत पाया, मोह जगत के दूर हुए कोई न मन में आया। तुझको भाओ तुझको जाओ माथे तुम हो जाओ।
जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ। गौरवशाली वैभवशाली तुझको करो प्रणाम। जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जगदम्बे जय जगदम्बे माँ, जय जगदम्बे माँ, जय जगदम्बे माँ।
Bhagavan had three greatest bhaktas in this world. This is the time of Pitri-Paksha, that's why I'm mentioning this one. The three greatest bhaktas that he had in this world, first one was Prahlad. Prahlad was a very great bhakta. Prahlad underwent so many difficulties, yet he never swayed from his path. Do you remember I told you, you must be flexible, but you must also be firm. So he was always there, flexible and firm. Stood up to his father because he was sure that his father was not God, but God was who? God was Narayan. Second great bhakta was Vibhishana. Why? Because Vibhishana, although he lived among the demons, although he lived where his brother used to look after him, his brother was the mighty king of Lanka, was such a great force. He knew that his brother was not the all-conquering force, but he knew that Lord Sri Ram is the greatest person. And the third bhakta, you all must have probably never heard about him. His name is Gayasur. Gayasur is the bhakta which, when he did all his tapasya to Prabhu Ram, he says, I want you to come to Gaya and be in Gaya, so that the people come to do their pitra, their pinda, their puja in Gaya. Their pitra means, for those who don't understand, it means our ancestors who have passed away. We do what we know as tarpan, we give oblations unto them. And when you do it in Gaya, it is said that is the most optimum place, because there is one part in Gaya where has the feet of Lord Vishnu there. And those who have been to Gaya would have seen the foot of Lord Vishnu, and there you do puja and tarpan. So Gayasur was his name. So the three greatest bhaktas in this world: 1, Prahlad; 2, Vibhishana; 3, Gayasur. And in Gayasur, it is said if you go and do tarpan in Gaya, then you do puja for your ancestors in Gaya. Should you do Shraddha puja again? He says yes. You must do Shraddha. You can't send away the pitras in Gaya and forget about them, because when your children are getting married, when you're doing any occasion in your home, you know what you do? Nandi Shraddha. In a Nandi Shraddha, you bring back all the ancestors again. So therefore, the meaning of the word putra means you must first of all be obedient to your parents, not to your father only, or to your mother only, but to your parents. We must be obedient to our parents, and secondly, the putra, the son, must give what? Give oblation to his ancestors. When they pass away, he must remember. We must remember our ancestors, because you know what? We do not know how much difficulties our ancestors underwent to keep us going, to keep us in school, to buy this first, to buy that first. So many difficult things our foreparents do for us to help us. We don't even know these things. And so this is a very important time. So Gayasur, Vibhishan, and Prahladji are three of his greatest bhaktas of Lord Vishnu. A person asked him, what about Hanumanji? He said, Hanumanji is no longer a bhakt. He has been given the status of what? Of a deity. He's not a bhakta as such anymore. He's what? He's given the status of a deity. You can go to Sri Ram via, you know how you go to India, you go via England, so you go via Hanumanji. Because the plane can't go straight to India, it has to fuel up. So when you want to refuel, Hanumanji is your fuel. You want to call it pit stop, where you go and fuel and change your tire and so forth, then he will take you from there. You will not go, he will take you from there, and he will take you. And you know, you've heard a story where the matki on the heads of the gopis, they were destroyed by who? They were, Bhagavan Krishna used to have that, you know what they call slinging shot, and he used to destroy the matki on the heads of the gopi. You know what that means? The significance of that is, he's telling us that for us to get to him, we have to destroy our ego. The matki represents the ego. Every single thing that is done in the scriptures has a significance. This is the significance of it, that he broke the matki to break our ego and break our pride. And you can only get to Hanumanji, to the Lord, when our pride is broken. Like Hanumanji, his name is Hanuman, one without any abhiman. He is known as Hanuman, and that is how we get to him. Now, I would like to explain the beautiful verse Shanta Karam to you, because we say it every day, you know, and I just want to read it to you so you can understand what you are saying when you say it. Om Shanta Karam Bhujagashainam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasatisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Virdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokayekanatham. Those of us who are from the West Indies, we grew up on these prayers. So let us explain it what it means. Shantakaram Bhujagashainam. Shanta, the Lord who is all peace. Shantakaram Bhujagashainam, whose limbs are dark in complexion. Padmanabham Suresham, and from his navel comes out what? A beautiful lotus. Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisam Meghavarnam Shubhangam. You rest upon a bed of what? On the bed of the serpent. Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisam, and you are blue as the clouds. Meghavarnam Shubhangam, and you are dark as the clouds. Dark as the clouds, and what? Filled, when a cloud, when it's filled with rain, it has its own beauty. You ask the people in India, when it is so dry and humid, they wait for what? They wait for the monsoon to come. And they see the clouds. So he's dark as a cloud. Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam. And who is your Ardhangani? Your spouse is who? Lakshmi. Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam. Beautiful lotus eyes. Yogi Bhirdhyanagamyam. The yogis and saints and sages meditate upon you. Bande Vishnum Bhava Bhayaharam. I pray unto you, Lord Vishnu, to remove my fears. So next time when you pray to do this prayer, you say, Lord, who has the most beautiful dark limbs, who resemble the rainy cloud, who has Lakshmi as his spouse, on whom all yogis and saints and sages meditate upon. I today, Bande Vishnu, I bow to you, O Lord Vishnu. Bhava Bhaya Haranam. Save me from all my fears of anxieties, the fears of yesterday, the anxieties of tomorrow. Save me from them. Bhava Bhaya Haram. Sarva Lokai Kanatam. You are the Lord of the great universe. So please, when you say, especially to Lord Vishnu, when you go by Balaji, or if in your own home, when you say it in the morning, teach your children this beautiful prayer. So you say it one more time. Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasarasam Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Virdhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokayekanatham. Ramcharitmanas, for those who have Ramayana, after Doha, 130 in Ayodhya Ghat.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jaya Jaya Rama
Avaguna kadi sabake guna galaye avaguna kadi sabake guna galaye तुम्हार दिन कर बनुनीका
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
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 जो अवगुणों को त्याग कर सभी के गुणों को ग्रहण करते हैं, जो ब्राह्मणों गौ के लिए संकट सहते हैं, संसार में जिनकी मर्यादा नीति कुशल लोगों में है, उनके सुंदर मणि आपके घरों. Valmiki was asking Prabhu Ram, where should you reside? And he said, you should reside in those people's hearts who disregard the evil in others and pick out what is good in them. What do? We only pick out the evil in people. We disregard the good. Isn't that true? No matter how much good a man does, and you do a little bit bad, you only you pick only the what? Only the bad. You disregard totally. So he's saying you must reside in the heart of those people who disregard the evil in others and pick out what is good, and who endure hardships for the sake of our dharma, and who has good morality, ethics, etc. In their heart you must reside. In other words, Prabhu Ram will reside in our hearts if we have these qualities.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram
significant chopais. I'll read it another time. This last chopai said, Guna tumhara samuja nija dosa. That person who gives all the good virtues he has, he attributes them to you. Because of you, I have all these good virtues. And when he sins, he accepts his sin. We don't accept our sins, do we? We always find fault with another person. That is why we did this. That is, we always what? Justify our bad behaviors. Is that true? We always justify it. We're never wrong. You check it out. We're never wrong. We're always right. Everyone else is wrong. But you are right. And you speak to everyone else, they'll say they are right. And you are wrong. And this is the world that we live in. Because you know what? We don't have spiritual contentment I talked about earlier. When we have spiritual contentment, life will be good. So I'm going to close because we have to go early today. And we are going to go to Gita Dhyana.
Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanira Swayam Vyasena Ratikam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharata Advaita Amrita Varashini Bhagavati Ashtadasha Jayani Amma Kamana Sangadani Bhagavat Gite Bhavapeshani Namosute Vyasa Vishana Bhute Kullara Vindaya Kapakjaneka Yena Tvaya Bharata Kala Purna Brahmani Kodyani Maya Pradita Pravanna Parijataya Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Bhishma Drona Tata Jaya Tata Jaya Gandharani Lopala Sharya Brahmavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Vela Guna Ashwatthama Vikarna Gona Vagana Duryodhana Vartini Shukila Prabhupada-vayani Trivartaka Vishapa Parasharya Vachasarojamamalam Gita-gandhotakam Nana-kyalaka-kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana-bodhitam Loke sajjana shatpadairahara Devi Amagam Mudha Bhuyan Bharata Pankajam Kalivada Pradvamsiyam Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pankulam Kayate Givim Yasvipakamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varendra Rudra Vedai Sangha-Parakramo-Upanishadai Gayantriyam Samatra Vasya-Jaragate-na Manasa Pashyanti-yam yogino Yasyantam na vidur-sura Devaya tasmai namah. The computers are not working this morning because the Sai Baba group used it and messed it up. When you don't give it to them, they get upset. So from now on, they will not be using, no other person will be using the computer group anymore. So because you can't follow, because if it was there, we were going to follow, no, they can't follow. And they can't fix it for some reason. Mohan Hamare Madhuban mein.
outside. We are going to have a flag raising for Gandhiji's birthday and the second anniversary of the monument to the fallen Canadian soldiers. We are the only non-governmental body that has a monument for the fallen Canadian soldiers. So we would like to welcome, I know Mayor come to be outside, but I ask him to say greetings to you. The Mayor of Richmond Hill, Ms. the Honorable His Worshipful Mayor, Mr. Barrow.
Thank you. Good morning. Namaste. It's a pleasure to be here. And as Dr. Dubey said, we are very honored to have Vishnu Mandir and the Museum of Hindu Civilization in our community. And this morning was a special morning for not only the monument to the fallen soldiers, but also for Gandhiji's birthday. And it's a pleasure to have an opportunity to say good morning to you. And I appreciate the fact that I'm able to do that and drop in at any time. And I thank you for that, Dr. Dubey.
Thank you. You notice I didn't ask him for anything, eh? I just said, thank you. Okay. Chapter 4, last word. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hitastham jnana asinatmanam chitvainam sansayam yogam atishto atishta bharata atishto tishta bharata. We did once more. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam tasmad ajnana hitastham jnanasi atmanam hitam jnanas atmana chitvainam sansayam yogam nam sans atishto tishta bharata. Not an easy verse, a little difficult verse. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hritastham jnanasinatmanah chitvainam sansayam yogam atishto tishta bharata. So this is the last verse of chapter 4, and here Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjun that Arjun, you were so depressed that you do not want to take up your arms against these enemies of yours. You must understand that this body of ours is a temporary firmament. And when you get this knowledge that you are not the body but you are the soul, and that is why you don't say I mouth or I hand or I feet. You say my mouth, my hand, my feet. It is, if you did Latin, that is a genitive case. It means it belongs to someone else. Who is that someone else? That someone else is the soul that is within you. That I, which only you can understand when you do meditation. And so he's saying, Arjun, tasmad ajnan, this agyanta, this ignorance, sambhutam, of the ignorance of all the worldly beings, etc., you must what? Take asin. Asin means what? Asin means take sword. Take the sword and slash away your ignorance. And cut them, chitvainam nasansayam. Chitvainam, slashing to pieces the doubts that you have in